Okay, I'm going to start my speech off with a quote by Alice Walker. She says, "Some periods of our growth are so confusing that we don't even recognize that growth happening. We may feel hostile or angry or weepy and hysterical, or we may feel depressed. It would never occur to us unless we stumble on a book or a person who explained to us that we were what we were before. Whenever we grow, we tend to feel it as a young seed must feel the weight and inertia of the earth as it seeks to break out of its shell on its way to becoming a plant. Often the feeling is anything but pleasant, but what is most unpleasant is the not knowing what is happening. Those long periods when something inside ourselves seems to be waiting, holding its breath, unsure about what the next step should be, eventually become the periods we wait for it's those periods that we realize we are being prepared for the next phase of our life." I chose this quote because track has really helped me become the person I am today throughout these past 3 years in high school. Track and field is a very hard sport in my opinion because it is the biggest mental sport. It is a team sport, but also depends on how you do by yourself in order to get those points for your team. There's times at practice or at a meet that I'm so angry because I know I can do better than the way I perform, but all you can do is practice. I know you have to be patient to get where you want, but but when there's something that you want so bad, like you want it now. There has been so many days where I just want to quit and give up on running and hurdling, but the moment when you want to quit is the moment when you need to keep pushing. Also, my teammates have helped me a lot. There's people on the team that I have talked to on a more personal level about track, and they always tell me to not give up because they see potential in me. They know that I'm going to get better, and people see how far I've came. I believe that I came a long way in hurdling. Thank you. I want to keep getting better. The past 2 years during the indoor season has been a struggle for me because I was in the hospital both times. During the time my team was participating in indoor meets, I felt like I was falling behind. I want to thank Coach for being patient with me, making sure I wasn't rushing anything, that made sure that I took my own time to return back. After that, it was all practice. Out of the million pep talks Coach have gave me and the team, the biggest thing that stuck with me is you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. When you're trying to perfect the way you perform, you have to change your form and the way you run. Throughout my hurdling journey, between the 100 hurdles and 300 hurdles has been my favorite race and the biggest event to get better at almost every meet. Even Coach and I know that 100 hurdles isn't my favorite race. We have to do things you don't like in order to get better. The hard practices are what makes us better. The pain of the process is only temporary, but when you have the big meets and you really see a change in yourself is when you know those practices have paid off. This past season has been my favorite so far because within such a short time is when I hit my peak and I knew I have came a long way, but I also feel like I could have done better. At the same time, I was comparing myself to other hurdlers, but at the end of the day, you're their only competition, and as long as you are getting better, that's all that matters. I want to thank Jerica for helping me in practice, out of practice, or in school. Coach for always making sure I'm on the right track and making sure I'm okay. My parents for always telling me not to give up, and my team for always pushing me to be a better person and a better runner. Thank you.